My beloved, listen. This is not a coincidence. You were meant to hear these words right now. I know the fear that grips your heart, the silent heaviness you've carried alone. But what if I told you that everything you've been searching for, peace, worth, healing, is already waiting within you? Not tomorrow, not later, but now. The world has lied to you long enough. It said you must earn love, hide your pain, fight alone. But I am here, whispering through the noise, calling you into the stillness where your soul finally breathes. Stay with me. Don't scroll past this. Don't close your heart, because what you're about to hear will silence the chaos inside you and awaken the truth you forgot. You are not abandoned. You are not broken beyond repair. You are mine, and I am closer than your next breath. But time is short. The longer you wait to return, the longer your heart stays restless. So listen until the end, and let me lift the burden you've carried for far too long. This is your moment of return. Don't miss it. I see the heaviness you carry, the worries that cloud your thoughts, and the fears that whisper doubt in the stillness of the night. Yet I say to you now, my peace will guard you. It will not falter, crumble, or wane, because it is founded in eternal love. You have wandered valleys of despair. You have fought battles in the shadows of uncertainty, and you have stood trembling on the precipice of your own doubts. Yet my peace awaits you, not on mountaintops or distant shores, but right here, nestled deep within you. It is the silent sentinel at the gateway of your heart, standing between you and the tempest that rage without. Do you not hear me? Even now, beneath the noise that clamors for your attention, my peace, like a gentle river, flows into your soul to quiet the turmoil. It is a divine presence, a sacred whisper that says, "Be still, beloved. I am with you always." This is no fleeting comfort, but a steadfast guardian sent from the heavens, upheld by my will and my unchanging nature. My dear child, I know the weight of the world often feels unbearable. You may feel overwhelmed by the tasks that pile up, by relationships strained under pressure, or by the shadows of your past that crouch so persistently on your doorstep. Yet I call you to lift your gaze from the turmoil and rest your eyes upon me. I am your refuge, your sanctuary. Just as a mother shields her child from the storm, my peace shields your heart from despair. It does not promise a life without challenges, but assures you an unshakable presence amid adversity. The sanctuary of my peace is always open, a secret place where no fear can follow, where no regret can persist. It is here, in this holy refuge, that you will find strength renewed and hope rekindled. Imagine, for a moment, a city fortified with walls so high and strong that no enemy, no matter how fierce, can penetrate. This is the nature of my peace around you. It is not weak or hesitant, it is robust, enduring, and victorious over every trial. Do not believe the lie that peace means passivity or weakness. My peace is the power that steadies your hand, calms your racing mind, and illuminates your path when darkness threatens to steal your sight. It is the quiet, holy assurance that no matter the chaos without, within you is a sanctuary guarded by a love that never fails. Will you cling to this truth, my beloved? Will you allow my peace to become the sentinel of your heart, repelling every blade of anxiety, every dart of fear? You were not created to be thrashing in the tempest, but to walk in the calm eye of the storm, with my peace as your shield and your guide. Let my peace settle in the core of your being, like the steady beat of a drum, unshaken by the winds of adversity. There is a sacred rhythm here, a harmony of grace and strength that you may tap into with every breath. I am inviting you now, not into a quiet resignation, but into a fierce, joyful surrender, where my peace reigns supreme. It is a peace that transforms restlessness into trust, turmoil into tranquility. Let this peace guard your thoughts, your dreams, and your every fear. Hold fast to it, and you will find no power in this world strong enough to shake your soul. My peace is not earned by your deeds, nor diminished by your mistakes. It is a free gift, a sacred mantle I place upon your shoulders when you dare to trust me with your fragility. Do you feel burdens crushing you? Lay them down before me and breathe in the vast expanse of my peace. Like a river spilling over into dry lands, my peace flows abundantly to fill every cracked piece of your heart. It mends what is broken, soothes what is restless, and guards what is precious. You are precious to me, my child, and I am not a God who holds back in protecting my own. This peace is my pledge, a promise to uphold you, to shield you, and to carry you when your feet grow weary. I want you to understand something deeply. Every moment you feel alone or afraid, my peace stands vigil beside you. You cannot always glimpse it. Peace often moves quietly beneath the surface of your awareness, but it pulses there, a constant heartbeat tethered to my love. When doubt shouts and fear rages, this peace remains steady as the northern star guiding lost sailors safely home. It is the whisper that cuts through chaos and the light that banishes the darkest night. My peace is not an abstraction or a distant hope. It is your reality, your inheritance. So, my dear, do not fight for peace with clenched fists or desperate striving. Instead, open your heart with trust and receive it freely. Let my peace guard you as a sentinel guards a king's precious throne. Let it be the armor you wear in every battle, the shelter you run to in every storm. I am here, eternally present, patiently waiting for you to rest in my peace. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away. Come closer. Lay down your burdens and allow this sacred peace to guard your soul and restore your spirit. My peace will guard you now and forever. Will you believe me this time? My dear child, I see the weight pressing down upon your soul, the invisible chains of doubt and sorrow that cling tightly to your heart. I know the ache of feeling unseen in the midst of a world so loud, where your silent cries often echo unanswered. This burden you carry, though it may seem unbearable at times, does not escape my notice. I am here, a refuge and a haven, waiting with an unyielding patience that stretches beyond the horizons of your understanding. There's a sacred rhythm to this waiting, a divine melody that plays softly beneath the clamor of your restless thoughts. Sometimes, my child, I allow this silence to deepen, not as punishment, but as preparation and protection. Like a skilled gardener tending a fragile seedling beneath the soil, I nurture what grows unseen beneath your wounded heart. The moments that feel like abandonment are, in truth, times when I'm gathering strength in the hidden places, refining and shaping you more perfectly than you could ever imagine. I want you to know that your pain does not lie forgotten in the shadows. Every tear that stains your cheek is noted in the depths of my compassion. When the night feels endless and your spirit is faint, remember that I am closer than your very breath, an everlasting presence that neither slumbers nor sleeps. Allow yourself to lean into the shelter of my embrace. Even when your mind whispers that you are alone, you are never alone. The journey through your wounds is a sacred pilgrimage, an inner path that I walk with you step by step. I do not hurry you, nor abandon the work within your heart. Trust that the delays you experience are indeed my hand, directing the intricate weaving of your story toward a tapestry rich with redemption and hope. I am teaching you to hold steady, to find solace not in the changing seasons of your life, but in the eternal certainty of my steadfast love. In the moments when tears well up, when you feel crushed beneath the weight of your fears and regrets, bring your sorrow to me as a fragrant offering. Pour out your soul without restraint. I am ready to hear the unspoken prayers, to gather the broken pieces of your spirit and restore them more beautifully than before. Your pain is not wasted. It is the soil from which new life will bloom. The scars you bear are not marks of defeat. They are the proof of survival and sacred testimony to my grace. I invite you now, my dear, to let down the walls of your heart that you have built to protect yourself from pain. These walls may have served a purpose once, but now they only keep you trapped in isolation. Lay your burdens before me and allow my gentle hands to heal the deepest wounds. This process is tender and slow, but every moment spent in my presence is a step toward wholeness. Experience the calm that comes from knowing that my love is greater than any suffering you endure. Do not fear the depth of your brokenness, for it is there that my presence shines most brightly. Just as the darkest night reveals the brilliance of the stars, your most hidden struggles illuminate the vastness of my mercy. I'm weaving threads of light throughout your heartache, turning despair into hope and loneliness into profound companionship. In the quietness of your spirit, hear my voice whispering peace that surpasses all understanding. Let your heart embrace the paradox of waiting and trusting, of sorrow and healing. These are not contradictions, but divine harmonies crafted to draw you closer to me. I know it is difficult, and I know it is exhausting to wait without clear answers, but I am with you through every breath, every moment of darkness and light. You are the treasure of my heart, and I cherish you beyond words. Will you allow me to walk beside you in this sacred wilderness? Will you trust that my patience is never passive, but is a deliberate act of love, preparing you for the fullness of joy yet to come? Let this truth settle in you. You are held, you are known, you are deeply and eternally loved. In your waiting, find rest in my unchanging presence. Your story is far from over. It is only beginning. My beloved, I see the ache within your spirit as the weight of guilt and shame settles upon your heart like a relentless storm cloud, threatening to obscure the light that I have placed within you. These burdens you carry are heavy, yet they were never meant to be yours alone to bear. I am here, steady and unwavering, the shelter where your soul can find refuge from the crushing waves of regret. Know this, your past does not define the essence I have breathed into you. You are not the sum of your failures or missteps, but the beloved child I fashioned with intention and infinite care. Observe the vineyard of your life through my eyes. Just as the vine produces fruit only when it is pruned, so too does your soul sometimes endure the cutting away of what hinders growth. Though this process may cause discomfort or even pain, it is not punishment, but purification, a loving removal of the dead branches that withhold the blossom of your true self. In moments when guilt whispers lies that you are beyond repair or forgiveness, remember my enduring grace, a river flowing endlessly to wash away every stain. My forgiveness is not shallow or fleeting. It is a vast ocean into which your transgressions sink and are swallowed, never to rise again. You fear that others might see your scars and reject you, but my love reaches deeper than any wound, wider than any fault, and stronger than any shame. I have etched your name upon my hands, a permanent mark of belonging that no mistake can erase. Your spirit is precious, designed to reflect my glory, and no shadow of sin can dim the radiant light I have kindled within you. When the enemy attempts to chain you with condemnation, I urge you to break free by embracing this truth. Forgiveness was purchased at a high price and is the gift I lavish upon you freely, without condition or reservation. Let your heart rest in the quiet assurance that I am not distant or dispassionate about your journey. I am intimate with every fiber of your being, knowing your struggles and your triumphs in the depths of your remorse. Reach for me, not to prove your worthiness through your own strength, but to receive the abundant mercy I extend. I desire for you to let go of the heavy stones you clutch so tightly, those burdens of blame, the relentless self-accusations, the whispered not enoughs, and allow my healing balm to soothe your spirit. Healing begins in the moment you accept my embrace, choosing trust over despair. There is a sacred transformation that unfolds when you confront your guilt in my presence and offer it up not through denial or hiding, but through confession and surrender. These acts create space within your heart to receive restoration, to be made whole again. Just as a potter shapes clay anew, molding broken shards into vessels of beauty and purpose, I am working in the secret places of your soul to craft a masterpiece from the fragments of your past. Do not shrink from this process in fear, but face it with courage, knowing I am guiding each turn of the wheel. Remember, my dear, that forgiveness is not something you earn by perfect obedience, but something I pour out generously, just as sunlight bathes the earth without asking for payment. You are invited to step out from the shadow of shame into my light, where you can feel my eyes full of compassion and hope. This light cleanses, renews, and reclaims, bringing life to dry bones and courage to weary hearts. Let this truth settle within you. You are valued, redeemed, and beloved beyond measure. When doubt creeps in and you wonder if you are truly forgiven, I want you to feel my peace deep in your soul, a peace that overcomes every storm, a peace that stands as a testimony against every trembling fear. It is this peace that I impart to you now as a calming river flowing through your veins, quieting the chaos and drawing you into the sanctuary of my love. Trust in the power of this forgiveness. It is a key that unlocks the prison of self-condemnation, inviting you to walk freely and confidently in the identity I have given you. I am not far off, watching and waiting to see if you will come to me with the honesty of your heart. Will you embrace the freedom I offer in forgiveness? Will you lay down your burdens at my feet, knowing that I carry them for you? If your heart is stirring, do not turn away, but come closer, reaching for my hand stretched out to meet you. There is no shadow too deep, no mistake too dark, no regret too heavy that my mercy cannot overcome. Feel my arms encircling you now, a stronghold of love and acceptance. Let the chains of guilt fall away. Allow the warmth of my grace to flood your being, a grace that restores the broken, renews the weary, and rebuilds what has been torn down. Embrace the identity I have carved into your very soul, the identity of a forgiven child, cherished beyond understanding and never abandoned. Step forward into the light of this truth and let your heart breathe again. Know that as you forgive yourself and accept my forgiveness, you are not merely erasing the past, but inviting me to write a new story of hope and purpose upon the pages of your life. This story is one where redemption and love triumph over shame and despair. This is the narrative I desire for you, my beloved. So walk boldly in this truth and let the healing begin today. My beloved, in the quiet moments when the world seems heavy and your heart compresses under the weight of doubt and fear, know that I am near you. These emotions are not signs of defeat, but invitations to deeper trust. Fear, anxiety, and doubt can feel like storms raging inside your spirit, waves that threaten to overturn the fragile vessel of your peace. Yet I am the stillness beneath the storm, the unwavering anchor holding you firm when the winds howl. You are not alone in these tides of unrest. Consider the night sky, thick with clouds, hiding the stars and making the darkness feel impenetrable. Yet behind those clouds, the stars remain steadfast, silent witnesses, lighting the way for those who journey at night. So too am I, constant in your chaos. Even when you cannot see me, I am present, guiding, comforting, and holding you close. Your doubt does not disqualify you from my love or my purpose for you. It is only a part of your human experience, a shadow cast by your striving for understanding and security. Anxiety whispers lies that you are unworthy, that your future is bleak, that your pain is endless. But my truth speaks louder. You are infinitely precious, fearfully and wonderfully made, with a destiny secure in my hands. You were never meant to bear these burdens alone, nor to struggle silently. Invite me into your fears. Hand over your anxieties. This surrender is not weakness. It is a courageous act of faith, a declaration that you trust me more than your fears. Listen to the quiet voice within, the one I planted deep inside your soul. It is the melody of hope, even when your heart's song feels like a dirge. In the moments when doubt rises like a tempest, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel my breath in yours, steady, calm, life-giving. I am the breath of your spirit, the pulse of your being. Let this truth settle in your heart. Fear can coexist with faith, doubt can birth a deeper trust, and anxiety can be transformed into a holy expectancy. When fear paralyzes you, remember the story of the storm-tossed sea and the one who commands it to be still. That same authority is yours because you belong to me. You are not a slave to fear or anxiety, but a child of the eternal King, equipped with the power of my peace. I do not expect you to be fearless, but I do call you to faithfulness, to call upon me when shadows threaten to consume your joy. My dear child, I am patient with you, slow to anger, and always ready to heal your heart's wounds. Allow my peace to wash over your anxieties like a river of living water, cleansing the debris of fear and renewing your mind with hope. This is a sacred exchange, your burdens for my peace. It requires vulnerability, a stepping into the light even when the darkness seems safer. But I'm waiting for you there, ready to catch you, to restore you. Remember that every step you take through your fears is a step deeper into your identity in me. You are not defined by your anxiety, but by my love. Your worth is not measured by your ability to control your emotions, but by the one who knows you fully and loves you completely. This love is a fortress around you, a refuge that no storm can break. Reflect on the paths you have walked, difficult, winding, uncertain, and realize that each path has been marked by my guiding hand. Even in your fear, I am working all things for your good, weaving the threads of your experience into a tapestry of strength and hope. Do not despise the trials, for they are the soil in which your faith grows deep roots. My beloved, come to me as you are, with your fears and doubts laid bare. I will not rebuke your weakness, but will embrace it and transform it into a testimony of my power. Let this moment be a turning point where you choose to trust me anew, to lean into my promises, and to walk forward with a heart courageous and renewed. Will you believe me this time when I say I am your refuge and strength within the storm? Will you reach out and take my hand, knowing that I will never let go? Let this be your prayer and your declaration. Lord, I surrender my fears. I trust in your love. I lean on your everlasting arms. This is the invitation I extend to you now, my dear child. Step out of the shadows of fear and into the radiant light of my presence. In that light, all doubts fade and peace reign. Breathe deeply. Rest in me and rise with confidence because you are not alone. I am with you now and forever. My dear child, as you have begun to see your spiritual identity weaving itself through the threads of your soul, I now call you deeper into the sanctuary of your true worth in me. There is a profound mystery in what I have formed within you, a divine signature, a treasure hidden beneath every moment of doubt and fear that tempts you to believe otherwise. You carry my imprint, a perfect emblem of my love and purpose, even when the shadows of this world try to convince you that you are less or unworthy. Consider the delicate hand of a master potter shaping a lump of clay. The outer form may seem rough, even cracked in places where pressure and fire have left scars. Yet the vessel I craft is meant to hold living water. You feel broken, fragmented, perhaps doubting your own value because the world measures worth by appearance, achievement, or the approval of others. But my dear, your worth is not subject to these fleeting standards. It is anchored deeply in my everlasting love, in the very breath I gave you from the beginning. When you doubt your value, listen once again to the quiet whisper of my spirit within you. There you will find affirmation beyond words, a love that refuses to let go. Your identity in me is not a mask nor a role you must act out for applause or acceptance. It is the essence of who you are, crafted in the likeness of my heart, meant to reflect my glory not by your perfection, but through your surrender. I see beyond your failures, beyond the moments you stumble. I see the treasure concealed inside, the potential glowing quietly like embers waiting to burst into a brilliant flame when you trust my hand to nurture it. I am not distant nor indifferent to your struggles. I am near, steadfast, waiting patiently for you to lean into me and recognize your own sacred worth. Many feel lost in a maze of expectations, caught between the desire to be loved and the fear of rejection. Yet, my beloved, there's a place where you can lay down these heavy burdens, where you can stop striving for approval and simply rest in the truth that you are chosen. Children who are truly chosen do not need to prove themselves again and again in their own strength. They simply need to learn to receive my love and let it flow through every broken part. It is not your performance that defines you, but my unfailing grace that upholds you. I understand the pressure you feel to compare yourself with others, to shrink yourself so you don't stand out or cause discomfort. But I tell you now, the light I placed within you is not meant to be hidden beneath a basket. It is meant to shine in the darkness, not to boast, but to guide you out of confusion toward clarity, to reflect my goodness even when the world tries to dull your brilliance. Embrace this identity that floods your spirit with courage, and watch how your life begins to align with my eternal purposes. There is a divine dignity embedded within you, one that can never be revoked or diminished, no matter what storms come. Remember the story of a shepherd who searched tirelessly for one lost sheep, leaving the 99 behind. This is how precious you are to me, worth every effort, every tender call, every tear I have shed for you. You may feel insignificant in the eyes of the world, but there is no one more precious in my sight. Your identity is enshrined in the narrative of my relentless love, a portrait of grace set against the canvas of time. Let this truth settle in you today. You are irreplaceable, beloved beyond measure, and eternally mine. When feelings of inadequacy rise up to challenge you, draw from the well of my spirit that dwells within your heart. Let that living water wash away the lies whispered by the enemy that you are not enough or not loved enough. I have already declared you worthy through the blood of my Son. This is not a standard you can earn. It is a gift freely given. It flows like a river of redemption through your veins, carving out a new identity that is strong, steady, and able to withstand the fiercest trials. You are not a mistake, my child. I formed you with intention, with care, with an artistry that surpasses human imagination. When doubt threatens to make you retreat into shadows of self-condemnation, call out to me. I will respond with a voice that melts the icy grip of shame and draws you into the warmth of my embrace. The wounds that once marked you as unworthy are healed in my presence. Scars become testimonies of my faithfulness. Never forget that your identity is intertwined with mine. I live in you, and you live in me. I am the source of your strength, the foundation upon which your life stands firm. Even when storms rage and voices around you shout falsehoods, cling to the reality of who you are in me. You are beloved, chosen, and deeply known. Let this truth guard your heart and mind, for it will be the compass guiding you through every dark valley and the anchor that keeps you steady when the seas are rough. Will you believe me this time when I say you are enough, just as you are? Will you dare to step out in faith, uncaring about the fleeting opinions of this world, knowing that I have named you precious and you bear my name? My dear child, you are a living testimony of my grace. Embrace your identity fully and walk forward in the freedom of that knowledge. I am with you always, delighting in every step you take in my truth. Let your heart rest in this identity and watch how glory dawns upon your life. Will you stand now in the fullness of who I created you to be? May your soul rise in joy and confidence as you receive this gift from me, the gift of your true, unchangeable identity. You are my masterpiece, created for good works before time began, held in the palm of my hand, and I will never let go. Let this truth settle in you, my beloved. In the quiet moments when your heart feels the deepest ache, I am there. You may feel lost, unseen, perhaps even abandoned. But let me assure you, my presence never wanes. Even when the world's shadows grow long around you, the pains you carry, the silences you endure, these are not the absence of my love, but opportunities for you to rest deeper into the shelter I offer. Notice how valleys often feel loneliest, yet they are the very places where I prepare your soul for greater heights, planting strength unseen by human eyes. When you find yourself wandering through the wilderness of desolation, remember that it is also a landscape rich with my promise. Like a shepherd who searches relentlessly for a lost lamb, I seek you with unyielding devotion. Your footsteps may falter, your path may twist unexpectedly, but each turn is touched by my hand. The loneliness you perceive is but a veil that I am tenderly lifting, guiding you toward a place of belonging beyond what your heart can imagine. Pause with me now in this sacred space and let the truth of my nearness settle upon your spirit. There is a story interwoven in the fabric of your journey, a tapestry only visible when you surrender your doubts and embrace my faithfulness. The moments of feeling abandoned are fertile grounds where I cultivate your deepest trust. I do not forsake those who call upon me, even when the response seems delayed. My timing is patient, my ways perfect, and my heart infinitely tender. Trust that your invisible tears are known and treasured. They water the seeds of new beginnings, even when you cannot yet see the bloom. My dear child, anxiety and despair whisper lies to you, tempting you to believe you are alone or forgotten. But your worth is etched in my eternal heart. You are a cherished creation, fearfully and wonderfully made with a destiny that only you can fulfill. When fear encircles your thoughts like a dense fog, look inward and recognize the light I have placed within you. It cannot be extinguished by the darkness around or within. Cling to this inner flame and let it rekindle your hope, burning fierce and steady. Let this truth settle in you. You are never beyond the reach of my love. In the sacred stillness where you feel unseen, know that I am watching, holding, and weaving the threads of your life into a masterpiece of redemption. Your pain, your questions, and your silent cries are never ignored. My longing for intimacy with you is greater than your longing for answers. Come closer. Draw near to me in the quiet places of your soul, where words fail, but the heartbeat of divine love speaks. In this divine closeness, you find restoration, not as the world offers, but as only I can give. Deep, lasting, soul-deep healing. The times when you perceive silence as abandonment are moments to lean deeper into faith and patience. This waiting is not emptiness, but a sacred pause where I prepare your heart to receive what you have prayed for, perhaps not yet understood. Like the rains that fall softly on thirsty ground, my presence renews you silently and steadily. Resist the temptation to turn away in doubt or despair. Instead, rest in my arms and feel the unspoken assurance that I am working all things together for your good, even when nothing seems to move. Sometimes your soul may wonder if you are truly seen, truly known by anyone, even me. But my beloved, every tear, every sigh, every unspoken cry is etched on my hands. I have numbered your days, marveled over your intricate design, and cherish your identity as my own. When the weight of invisibility presses upon your heart, remember that your worth and significance are not measured by human recognition, but by my unchanging love. Take this moment to receive my gaze of affirmation and know you are deeply treasured. Often, the feeling of abandonment is not simply about physical solitude, but a spiritual emptiness that longs to be filled. I am that living water that quenches every thirst of your soul. Come and drink deeply from me, and let your spirit be revived beyond measure. I see the places where your heart has been broken, and I hold them with care. The scars you carry are not marks of failure, but badges of survival and testimonies of my faithfulness to restore and redeem every broken piece. Reflect now on my unwavering patience with you. My dear, even when you falter, when you turn away, when you despair, my hand remains extended. I am the God who meets you in your wilderness, who walks beside you under the weight of loneliness and sorrow. You are never alone in your journey. Let this truth sink deep into your bones as you rest in the shelter of my steadfast love. If your heart is stirring, do not turn away from this moment of divine embrace. Allow this knowledge of my constant presence and longing to fill you with courage and hope. Though the nights may be long and the shadows deep, the dawn of my grace is ever approaching. My beloved, hold fast to me. The times when you feel lost and unseen are invitations to deepen your trust, to anchor your identity in me alone. I am here, unshakable and enduring. Embrace this truth and step forward with a heart illuminated by my love. Your path is secure, your journey watched over, my dear. When the shadows of fear and anxiety begin to close in like a dense fog around your heart, remember that I am the light that can never be extinguished. These feelings, though relentless, are not the masters of your life. They are but transient storms against the vast eternal sky I have set above you. Fear has a way of twisting reality, shrinking your view so that mountains loom larger than they truly are, and the path beneath your feet seems perilous beyond reason. But I see clearly beyond the veil of your worry, into the core of what burdens you. I am beside you, even when your soul is trembling, whispering courage to the deepest parts of you that cannot always hear my voice. In your moments of trembling, remember that fear is often a call to trust more deeply, a summons to surrender the part of control you cling to so tightly. Like a child reaching out in the dark for the hand of the parent who protects and guides, your soul must learn to release its grip on the illusion of safety that the world promises but does not deliver. There is a sacred exchange in surrendering your fear to me. As you let go of grasping for certainty, I enfold you in a peace that transcends understanding. This peace is a fortress that no anxiety can breach, a refuge in the middle of the storm. Anxiety often lashes at the heart because the invisible weight of what-if questions is heavy, overwhelming, and unrelenting. But what if, child, your what-ifs were met not with despair, but with divine assurance? What if every fearful speculation was a stepping stone to deeper trust in my provision? You are not alone in this struggle. I am intimately aware of every quiver of doubt in your mind, every restless turn at night, every tight knot in your chest. These are not signs that you are failing, but invitations to come into my presence, where your burdens can be laid down and your spirit can find rest. Understand, too, that fear has its roots often in the unknown, the not yet seen, the spaces between what has been and what will be. Yet I am the God who fills the gaps with presence, the one who surrounds you with unseen armies, and whose plans for you are perfect beyond human comprehension. When fear whispers its lies, counter it with the truth that I am already there, in the valley of the shadow, on the mountaintop, within the restless sea, beneath the endless sky. Fear wants you to think you walk alone, but your steps are marked by my handprints, my guidance, my never-failing presence. I'm inviting you now to refuse the tyranny of fear. Do not let it dictate your thoughts or imprison your heart. Instead, choose to breathe in my promises, soak in my love, and meditate on my faithfulness. Even if your emotions feel fragile and your spirit weak, your choice to believe in me anchors you in unshakable hope. Your faith, even as small as a mustard seed, moves mountains of dread, worry, and hesitation. Will you lean into me and trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when the day feels too heavy to bear? Anxiety can paralyze, but your heart was not made for bondage. It was crafted for freedom in me. Freedom that comes from knowing you are deeply loved, so completely held, and so profoundly cared for, that no fear can separate you from my embrace. When the noise of anxious thoughts rises like a tempest, quiet your soul with the steady rhythm of my heartbeat, a cadence of peace and assurance that tells you, I am here. I have not abandoned you. Let this truth settle deep within your soul where doubt cannot reach. You might find yourself asking, God, why do you allow fear to visit so often? Remember, child, that every challenge serves a divine purpose. Fear can be refined into courage, anxiety into faith. Stones can be shaped into milestones of your faith journey. I'm shaping you in the fire, forging your character, and strengthening your spirit. These trials are not meant to destroy, but to build, not to scare, but to prepare you for greater things, not to isolate, but to draw you closer into my heart. Consider the lessons hidden within each trembling moment. What do you need to surrender? What do you need to trust me with? What part of your life is still shielded from my healing embrace? In these reflections, you will find the seeds of transformation, small but powerful shifts that become pillars of strength. Embrace these moments, my child, for within them lies the pathway from fear to faith, from anxiety to peace. So now I'm inviting you to speak honestly with me about your fears. Do not hide or silence the trembling within you. Lay it bare before me and watch how my love envelops it, transforms it, and redeems it. This exchange is not a sign of weakness, but of profound spiritual courage. When you share your weakness, I reveal my strength. When you are vulnerable, I am glorified as your refuge and rock. Will you entrust me with the wild, tangled things in your heart today? Will you dare to release your fears into my hands, knowing I cherish you more than the sparrows and count every tear you shed? Let this moment be the beginning of a new journey, a journey where fear no longer holds you captive, but fuels your trust in me. Remember, my dear, I'm the calm in the chaos, the steady light in the overwhelming darkness. I'm with you always, unwavering and unchanging. As you navigate the waves of fear and anxiety, know that your soul is safe in my care and your future is secure in my hands. Will you believe me this time? Will you step forward with a heart renewed by courage and a spirit anchored in the assurance of my abiding presence? My dear child, when the shadows of fear creep upon your heart and whispers of doubt threaten to silence the songs of your soul, know this: I am with you in those moments, closer than your very breath. Fear and anxiety, like storm clouds rolling across your skies, may dim the brightness of your days. Yet I am the unyielding light that never flickers or fades. Do not imagine that these dark tides are without purpose, for even the fiercest tempests serve to reveal the depth of my steadfast love and the strength I have woven into your spirit. Consider the delicate beauty of the morning dew, how it clings tenderly to the blades of grass despite the chill of the night. Just as the dew endures the darkness and cold, you too are called to stand firm amidst trials that unsettle your heart. These fears that grip you are not enemies to defeat by your own strength, but invitations to lean deeper into my embrace where true courage blossoms. Fear seeks to isolate you, whispering lies that you're alone and forsaken. Yet in the sanctuary of my presence, you are wrapped in an everlasting peace that neither fear nor anxiety can dismantle. Remember, beloved, that doubt is not the absence of faith. It can be the soil in which faith is grown and refined. When you wrestle with questions and uncertainties, do not turn away or hide them from me. I welcome the ache of your questioning as tenderly as a mother welcomes the restless cries of her child in the night. Your doubts are not disconnects from me, but bridges inviting dialogue, deeper understanding, and the unfolding of trust. Let your heart be an altar where honesty meets grace, for in this meeting, fear loses its power and light is birthed anew. The journey through anxiety often feels like wandering a labyrinth without walls, disoriented and weary. Yet even in this maze, I stand as the unwavering guide, illuminating the path step by step. You need not press forward with frantic striving. Instead, rest in the certainty that every step you take is within my sight, every breath cradled by my purpose. When your mind races with what-ifs, let me whisper truths of provision and protection to calm your storm-tossed spirit. To trust me in the dark is to build a fortress that fear cannot breach, an immovable refuge rooted in my unchanging character. My heart mourns when I see you burdened by anxieties that steal your peace and rob your joy. Yet do not shrink away from these emotions as if they were sins to hide or shame to bear silently. Your fears are not evidence of weakness, but proof of your humanity. I am gentle with your fragility and compassionate with your struggle. Come to me with the weight of your worries. Lay them at my feet without hesitation. In exchanging your heavy cares for my light yoke, a serenity beyond human understanding begins its work inside you, knitting together your shattered peace into wholeness once again. Anxiety can feel like a voice louder than my own, a chorus of fears chanting endlessly in your mind. But hear my voice now above all others, steady, clear, and filled with life. I call you to live not in the tyranny of fear, but in the freedom of my eternal promises. Freedom is not the absence of all fear, but the presence of my unshakable assurance when doubt creeps in and threatens to silence your faith. Call upon me, not with perfect words, but with a heart open and willing. Let this be your daily offering, a humble cry for the courage to face what comes, knowing that I uphold you with my very hand. Beloved, the night of anxiety and the dawn of peace often look painfully similar as you walk between them, uncertain which will greet you. Yet know that your journey is witnessed with unwavering love, and your steps are orchestrated by a hand that never lets go. In these moments, your faith is being forged in a furnace that purifies and strengthens beyond what your eyes see. Embrace this refining process, knowing that what I'm building within you surpasses temporary discomfort. Your trembling becomes transformed into a steadfastness that will shine as a beacon to others caught in similar storms. Will you trust me today with your fears and doubts, allowing my love to calm the tumult within? Bring your anxieties into my presence as you would a precious treasure in need of care. Let me breathe peace into the caverns of your heart where worry has nested. This does not require great strength on your part, only a tender vulnerability to let me in. Do not retreat from what you feel, but bring it all to me, for I cherish every emotion you offer, and in them I meet you deeply. Let this truth settle in you as a wellspring of hope and courage that no fear can extinguish. My child, in the sacred quiet of your heart, where the noise of the world dims and my presence is unmistakable, I invite you to remember who you are in me. The landscape of your journey may sometimes feel like uncharted wilderness, vast, daunting, and lonely. But know that in every shadowed valley and upon every mountaintop stands my unwavering presence. You are never lost to me. Even when you feel unseen or abandoned by others, your soul remains always illuminated by my ever-watchful gaze and steadfast love. Beloved, feeling unseen can be a heavy and corrosive burden. When those around you fail to acknowledge your worth or dismiss your voice, it's easy to question if your life truly matters, or if your struggles belong to a narrative that contrasts starkly with the vibrant story I am scripting for you. But hear me now. Your value is not measured by human affirmation or by the fleeting vindications of the world. Your worth is woven into the fabric of creation itself, set upon your heart as a glowing thread of purpose and divine design. It is the unspoken truth that even the stars cannot outshine, the unbreakable law that governs your being, the silent song that I sing every moment over you. There will be moments, my dear, when the void of loneliness feels overwhelming, moments when despair whispers that you are forgotten or discarded. But I am here, the ancient and eternal one who breathed life into your very breath. I have never turned away nor forgotten even a single tear you have shed in secret. I am the keeper of your soul's deepest scars and the mender of wounds that no eye can perceive. Let this truth wash over you like a gentle rain, softening hardened places within you and nurturing new growth where heartbreak once lay. You might be tempted to think that if I truly saw you, I would prevent your suffering, shield you from all pain, or accelerate your healing. My beloved, understand that my ways are infinitely beyond human comprehension, but my heart beats in sync with yours. I walk through the fire with you, carrying you when you falter, strengthening you when you are weak. The times of silence you endure are not my absence, but moments when I am drawing you nearer, inviting you to lean wholly into my embrace, a place where the deepest belonging is found beyond words or circumstances. Know that your feelings of being abandoned or unseen can be transformed into sacred meetings with me. Opportunities to discover a divine tenderness that covers more than human affection ever could. I am the friend who never fails, the companion who never leaves, the lover who cherishes you with relentless devotion. You are not an afterthought, not a shadow lost in the crowd. You are my treasured child, shaped by my hands, valued beyond measure. I dance with joy over you, even when the world's gaze turns away, and I whisper your name with infinite care in moments you cannot hear, but that change you invisibly, powerfully. The shadow you perceive around you is not a veil meant to hide you, but a space where I am able to craft beauty in the dark, to write stories of redemption and restoration. I am the divine potter shaping your life in the quiet hands of the night, molding you like clay with purpose and intention. When you feel unseen, I am creating unseen strength, the hidden beauty that will one day radiate with brilliance unimaginable from where you stand now. This is the work only I can do, and it is a testament to my relentless love for you. If your soul wrestles with these feelings today, know that you are invited into a secret place, a sanctuary of intimacy, where you are utterly known and deeply loved. Despite every perceived failure, every dropped prayer, every moment of isolation, speak honestly with me, for no words are too raw or too broken for my ears. I have written you into eternity, choosing you before time began and lavishing my grace upon you in ways unseen but not unfelt. Your pain is not hidden from me. It is laid bare in my eyes, and my heart is full of compassion. Let this divine reality sink into your bones and settle within your spirit like a sacred fire that cannot be extinguished. You are my beloved, my precious treasure. Even when you feel most invisible, you shine with the light I've kindled within you, a light that darkness cannot overcome nor sabotage. You belong to me, a family unbreakable, a kingdom everlasting. Do not let the lies of isolation steal this truth from your heart. Reflect on the moments when you felt truly seen by me, the times you found peace despite turmoil, courage despite fear, hope despite despair. Those moments are signposts marking the path of your belonging here, reminders that you are held in my embrace even when all else seems to fall away. Trust in this, my dear child. When you are tempted to shrink back or hide yourself in shadows, step forward instead into my light, where every part of you is accepted, honored, and cherished without condition. If your heart is trembling under the weight of loneliness or invisibility, come to me. Pour out your soul like water before me, and I will fill you with the sweetness of belonging that no earthly comfort can provide. Let me remind you with every breath that you are loved beyond comprehension and treasured beyond words. Will you allow this sacred knowledge to root itself deeply within you now? There is a sacred encounter waiting for you here, a meeting where your loneliness turns into fullness, your invisibility into radiant presence. Draw near to me, and you will discover that you have never truly been alone, not for a moment. I have been with you all along, crafting your identity, healing your wounds, and calling you my own. Embrace this truth and walk forward with the confidence that the one who formed the universe carries your heart lovingly in his hands. Remember this, beloved. You are seen, you are known, and you dwell in the eternal light of my abiding affection. Let this truth take root in your spirit, firm and unshakable, a fortress against every dark whisper of doubt, a refuge when the world turns cold. Let your heart be still now and rest in this unchanging truth. You belong wholly and forever to me. Will you believe me this time? My beloved, as you have journeyed through the depths of our conversation, I now gather you close, unfolding you in the vastness of my love and the unshakable certainty of your place in my heart. Every moment you have wrestled with your doubts, every tear you have shed in the quiet of your soul, I have seen. Not from afar, but with the tenderness a shepherd bestows upon the lamb that strays or struggles. You are not just seen, you are known, held, and eternally cherished in the intimate space where time and fear dissolve. There are places within you that have felt empty, barren, or forgotten. Wilderness lands of spiritual exile that your heart has wandered with heavy feet and longing eyes. Yet, my dear child, it is in those very deserts that my presence becomes the wellspring of living water, bending toward you in patient wait, ready to quench every thirst, heal every fissure, and restore the fruitfulness you may have believed lost forever. No shadow can overshadow my commitment to your restoration. No silence can mute the melody of my voice calling you back into joyful communion. The tapestry of your life, woven through with trials and triumphs alike, is precious and necessary, transforming you into a vessel of divine light and hope. Embrace the truth that your identity is inseparably bound to mine. You are my masterpiece, fashioned with intentionality and adorned with the brilliance of my glory. When the lies of shame or worthlessness rise to claim your gaze, lift your eyes to me instead. See the reflection of my steadfast love in your very soul and rest in the unshakable foundation of who you are in me. There is no condemnation here, only invitation to come just as you are, weary or triumphant, whole or broken, and know that you belong. This belonging is the pulse of eternity beating within your spirit, a melody that no hardship can silence, a promise that no storm can undo. Walk confidently, beloved. embracing the fullness of the purpose I have woven into your days. Your destiny is uniquely crafted, a thrilling adventure in my grand design that invites you to step into the light of my calling with courage and surrender. Do not fear the unknown paths or the seasons that seem slow in coming. In the silent spaces between expectation and fulfillment, I am there, orchestrating every detail, preparing you for a revelation that surpasses all understanding. Trust the pace of my perfect timing, for it is always for your good and my glory. I beckon you now to rise into the freedom of faith that does not demand proof, but rests in the assurance of my unchanging character. Let the anchor of trust hold you steady amidst uncertainty. Let surrender be the doorway into peace beyond your comprehension. This is not a passive yielding, but an empowered release into my hands, hands that hold the universe and your heart simultaneously. In this sacred exchange, fear fades and courage blooms. Doubt dissipates and knowing flourishes. I am your refuge, your sanctuary, your ever-present help in times of trouble and triumph alike. In the quiet intimacy we share, know this. You can come with every fragment of your spirit, your scattered dreams, your aching hope. There is no pretense needed, no perfect offering required. I delight in your vulnerability, your authentic self laid bare before me. You belong to a family that cherishes you beyond measure, a kingdom where love reigns eternal and grace never runs dry. The ties that bind us are unbreakable, woven with my faithfulness and fueled by an everlasting covenant. Let this truth settle in you, my dear child, as you stand on the threshold of new beginnings, healed from the wounds of past doubts and fears. Your story is not finished. In fact, it is just becoming breathtaking. Walk forth as a bearer of my light, a beacon to those who wander in darkness, a testament to the power of divine love to restore, reclaim, and renew. Carry with you the full weight of your worth in me. Hold fast to the promises whispered to your soul in moments of silent prayer. Live boldly in the confidence that you are mine, utterly and forever. My beloved, before you go, pause and breathe. What you felt here is not fleeting emotion. It is the echo of my voice calling you home. The peace you tasted, the comfort that wrapped around your soul, that is me. And I am not just here for this moment. I am here for every moment after. The world will try to pull you back into the noise, but when your heart starts to ache again, when anxiety creeps back in, or when silence feels heavy, return. Return here. Return to my voice. Return to this sacred space we've built together. Subscribe not for content, but for connection. Turn on reminders, not just for videos, but for moments of divine encounter. And if this message reached into the aching places of your heart, share it. Let someone else be found the way you're being found now. Every time you come back, I'll be waiting. Every video a doorway, every word a whisper of love. Because I never stop speaking and I never stop loving you. Come back, child, again and again, until peace is no longer a moment but your way of life. I am here, always. Amen.